Listen only mode.
Good morning from Greenbush. Thanks to everybody for joining us this morning. My name is Monica Murnan, and I work here at Greenbush. One of the things that we wanted to visit with you about today was an option that you have available to you now as a Greenbush Medicaid billing client or part of the consortium here. And we think you're going to like it a lot, so we wanted to take some time and reach out to our users and show you how to use the report to ensure that you're maximizing the Medicaid reimbursement you have eligible to you. Before I do that, I want to take a quick minute and let you know about a couple things going on here at Greenbush. One of the things that I'm one moment for technical difficulties. Let me see if I can get this off my screen. You know what? We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to hide it. There's been several things going on here at Greenbush regarding Medicaid billing. We are continuing to work to try to make sure that we are communicating most effectively with all of you out in the field. Also, double checking our systems in place to make sure as we end up this school year that we bring the maximum reimbursements that you can have into your district prior to the end of the fiscal year in June. Terry Pence has taken on a new role here at Greenbush. She's been the pioneer in Medicaid billing in the state of Kansas and has done a great service to many, many students who are out there receiving medically approved services through their IEP. She's looking specifically at compliance for school districts as it relates to Medicaid audits, and we'll be coming out with a new product here in the next few months that'll be open to you as a district to participate in. I have taken on the role as interim director of the Spectrum billing at Greenbush. I also work on migrant programs and basically anything that supports kids in schools and also supports their families in a non-instructional way. So I'm pleased to have the opportunity to work with a great billing staff here. Those are the ones that you talk to the most, I'm sure, and we encourage you to continue doing that. So one of the things that we have been doing here is looking at how the CompuClaim system, which you all participate in through your membership with us, the software CompuClaim, how we can get more reporting options for you at the district level. And so that's where the held service report came from, was from requests from you, and then also from our company, really drilling down and seeing how we can get more information to you. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to spend about 20 minutes, excuse me, we're going to spend about 20 minutes, and during this webinar, if at any time you will see that there is a chat box down at the bottom, I'm sorry, question box right here. Please type in your questions at any time, and I will be watching for those the best I can. I am not super great at the whole technology thing, but I'm giving it my all today, and I appreciate your patience. So if you have any questions, type those in. This site looks familiar to you, I'm sure. The service portal is where you as district level administrators and your providers log in to document your services and also look at your performance functions. Everything here looks the same. You're going to use the administrative button. Before we hop over there, I want to point out to you, we will begin using this announcement area more here at Greenbush. We oftentimes have new information or see trends with all of our districts that we work with, and we can post some information in there to make it better for you just to see whenever you pop on. So please make note to give that a look whenever you log in. Under administration, where you'll find the new health services report, many of you have probably already gotten into that report and played around a little bit. Good for you. But I want to show you in general what the concept is. You will only be able to see your district, of course, but if you are an interlocal, you, as of today, have the option to choose all of your districts. We are currently in a demo site. All the information you are seeing is purely made up, but we show you this. You can, if you want to be on yours right now too, if that works great for you, that's fine. Right here, this is where you would choose. If you were an interlocal, you would see all of your districts listed separately, and you would have the all districts option. Please note that. If you are a standalone district, you will only see yours. I'm going to choose Transylvania for this purpose. We highly recommend that you begin this search at the beginning of the fiscal or school year, which is 7/1 of 13, and go through today's date. Where's the month of May going? You can see here, generate held service report, and then we're going to wait. The most important thing for you to look at on this report is this top portion right here. After this webinar this morning, I am going to send you a cheat sheet of, it's not a very good phrase, but a cheat sheet of how to use this report. It also gives you screenshots and the definition of all the information on the page. That is also posted on our website. When you go to greenbush.org, go under Administration, Special Education, and then Spectra. We will also send you that link here in a little while so you can have that available to you. Pending services. You can see in Transylvania there are 82 services pending. As a reminder, each one of these items here is a billable service. 10 minutes of speech, 5 minutes of nursing care. All of those codes that can be billed are a service, or sometimes in your district you may use the phrase log. This number right here indicates these are all of the services that you have pending and have not gone to Kansas Medicaid. It is still in the service portal. There is some kind of problem, maybe or maybe not, but they just haven't gone. This number right here is the most important. It's held. There is a problem. We can narrow down that 74 items have some type of problem. Therefore, the CompuClaim system is saying this will not go out of this engine until something happens. Then it will go to Medicaid and be processed. I want to be very clear. This report is not for denials from Kansas Medicaid. It is not for denials. That is a different process. This report is specifically for areas that have problems that has not gone to Kansas Medicaid. Ready for export means good to go. Nothing needs to happen with this. It's just we have not hit the button on our end to send it. It's like it's in the mail. It's just sitting right there. It's ready to go. So again, this is your most important number right here, held services. So for example, in this district right here, the first thing in every search, please, if you're taking notes, this is important. You need to write Medicaid eligible. They are Medicaid eligible. You want to sort first by that. I'm apologizing in advance. A large group of kids in the Science Center are going to walk by me, and so you're going to hear a lot of kid noise, but you know what? For those of us who sit in an office every day, that's a nice noise to hear. We're going to search by yes, and then click OK. You will see in every box to the right there are filters, and so you're going to access those. You might be asking, why would there be a no on a Medicaid kid? Why would they even be in there? Many districts ask their providers to log on every student, whether they're Medicaid eligible or not. They use it for documentation purposes, accountability purposes. We highly recommend you do that. It's a nice way to keep consistent records. Also, a child may have been previously eligible for Medicaid and as of this date is not. So there are reasons why those kids could be in there. So make a note, always search yes. The next important area is right here. The reason the claim is being held. Excuse me. You will see only the items that pertain to this district. Sometimes when you see that there's only, you might open up a district, there may just be one thing, or there may be a whole list of things. There are reasons that Kansas Medicaid will not process a claim or denies a claim. They usually have to do with something like this: supervision not complete, there's a prescription problem, it has to do with consent or the Medicaid number, or something's wrong with the Medicaid eligibility. What CompuClaim has done is taken all the reasons why and created a program that will catch those things. What we have not been able to do for you before is get that information to you in a quick, consistent, effective manner. We have sent things to you called unbillable report or held reports, and now you have access to them on your own. You no longer have to wait on us to prepare something for you so that you can turn around and what we call work those claims. So in this particular situation, there is an issue with the Medicaid beneficiary, the number, something isn't right, and the parent did not consent. That means we do not have something on file here. This particular situation, parent did not consent to bill. So that means we don't have it, or it could also mean that the parent said no thank you. So when what I'm sending you later, please don't feel like you have to write all this down. I'm sending you a definition of each one of these so that you can problem solve on your end better in order to get those claims freed up and out of the system. I'm showing you this district as an example. These are their problems. So what we're going to do here, you can choose any or all. Let's choose prescription problem, and we're going to click OK. And now it's narrowed down. You can see that we're really just talking about one little gal here. So as you are problem solving, you could say to yourself, if I just got Ashley's consent or her script, I don't remember what we marked. Down here we marked prescription. If we just got Ashley's prescription, then each of these individual logs would go away and get sent to Kansas Medicaid. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking. Gosh darn it, Greenbush, we sent you that once. That is possible. We by no means here at Greenbush believe that we are perfect. There is a very good chance, just like with any office, we maybe didn't click the right button, we maybe put it in the wrong file. You know, things can happen. But I would like for you to know this helps us problem solve more efficiently and effectively. And as a reminder on prescriptions, it may be that we have a prescription, but in this particular case, this little gal didn't have occupational therapy in her script. Maybe she had a script and you used the form that we provide to you, and the doctor circled nursing and speech, but not occupational therapy. So yes, we have the script, but it's not for the right procedure code. That's an example. Another example that frequently happens with districts, and I know it's so frustrating for you on your end. Gosh darn it, Greenbush, I sent you the script. Yes, you did, but it did not cover the dates of service. Here's your service date. So what if we got a script for this little girl on May the 1st of 2014? The script is not going to cover it. Now you have two options at your place. You can go back to the doctor and say, hey, we actually been doing this for a while, would you mind writing a new script? Or they just simply stay on here and you know they're not going to go out. Now that could be a pain to you as you're going through and looking, but it still gives you better information than you had before. So I want you to know that you can use it for lots of different purposes. You can filter by any of these categories, any of these. Please remember, there's more to the screen, and for those of you money types, you're going to love the last column here. A unit cost is what we estimate Kansas Medicaid will pay on this particular log. As you all know, that there are lots of caveats that come with Kansas Medicaid, and it may be a little more or a little less. But if you wanted to see what was held up by not having the script for that child, there's your dollar amount. And you're saying to yourself, does it total, Monica? Well, let's go back over here. Every screen that you have the option to export to Excel or to a PDF. And as you know, when you export to Excel, then you can do an auto sum, and you can manipulate from your end. I know many of you like to export everything immediately to Excel. That is an option, but please remember now you have lots of options for filtering here. If you want to clear your filters, you can clear them right there, and you can go back in and redo something. I'd like to show you another quick example of how we can do this. We might choose supervision problems. As you know, some types of providers are allowed to have people who they can supervise, for example, an OT and a CODA. On this particular example, it looks to me, when we sorted by that again, Ashley's our little gal, and for some reason, we do not have appropriate supervision. So when you're problem solving, that's simply an email to that OT saying, I need for you to go in and do your part to assure Kansas Medicaid that this CODA was supervised. Okay? And so how easy is that? And all of those claims would be knocked off. Again, there's your unit cost. You can see what the CODA did. It's all right there for you. Okay, so again, clear and go back in. You can also export this entire piece right here. One of the things that I want to show you down here, this is critical. If you're making notes, please put a star by this right here, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You're probably saying to yourself, well, held service is 74. That's my problem to work on today. If you go down to the bottom of the page, you'll see there's 74. As you filter, that number will get smaller. That number will get smaller. So again, we're going to go in, we're going to do yes, Medicaid. And you can see, maybe, one moment. Oh, I already sorted, sorry. And it's still 74, but when we go in here, and let's choose here, and let's, oh no. Because there are fewer than a page, there is not a total down here. I apologize, that was not a good example. Hold that thought. What I want to show you is that as we do these, that number gets lower. And you can double check yourself. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down the bottom of this page. You can see when I chose parent did not consent, I went from 74 up here to 39. So I only have 39 activities that can't go because of consent. Okay, I can deal with that. So you can see this number continues to get smaller. So put a big star by this number and watch it as you go through. Those are the main features of the held service report. It is very simple to use, and as you play with it more, you will see there's lots of things you can do. If you can see if it's a provider that you have problems with, you can see if it's a particular student or family that if you just got those, you would be okay. Again, I want to reiterate to you, this does not talk about denials. This is only what is held up at Greenbush, what is still in the CompuClaim system and not sent to Kansas Medicaid. You can, I think, be quite amazed when you go in and see how much money you have sitting in the system. What we're offering and want you to please take advantage of is as you do this and you are looking at these held services and you want to just get on the phone with your person here at Greenbush that you're assigned to, Becky, Angie, Diane, Linda, Amy, I think that's all of them, whoever you're assigned to, and say, can we work through this list? And they can pull up the same thing you're pulling up. And you can say, Angie, I know I sent you such and such. Angie can go back in, she can do it, and we can just do it real time, and we can knock this list off for you. So please know we are ready and willing to do that with you, and you can work these lists down so that we can start fresh for the new school year. One other couple quick things I want to show you, and I'll keep to our time here. Take a moment and see before I move on. I don't see any questions. We have a few new webinars coming up. We're going to do one for providers Those would be therapists, anyone in the field. We also have another one coming up for district level administrators and users, just some refreshers. And early this summer, we will have kind of a if these first two classes are 101, then this would be a 301, maximizing your reimbursements. I want to let you know, one moment. These two have been scheduled. You will be receiving an email later today inviting you. We put these during the week of Memorial Day, knowing that some providers are still reporting to work and may have 30 minutes they could stop and jump on a refresher. And also folks at the district level, those would be clerks, superintendents, whoever, will give you about a 45-minute refresher on how to use at this level. And then you can see the providers are on the same day, just at a different time. I highly, highly encourage all districts to have more than one district level administrators. Many of our districts only have one. For auditing purposes, for compliance purposes, and also to maximize what you can get out of this system, we highly encourage you to have more than one. If you add users, all you have to do is email your contact here, a name and an email, needs to come from a district level admin person, and we can add them immediately. So please know those are available. Also coming to you, we have online videos for tutorials that we'll be posting in the next few weeks on how to use the system. We know that when we implemented this system 2 years ago, we did fast training and it was down and dirty, and people have learned as they go. Sometimes it's good to stop and just double check yourself. Also, we can show you additional features that are available. We will be on the road in June and July coming to your site if you would like for us to do that, or in August also. Please send us an email and let us know if you need us to come out and provide more training for you. We would be happy to do that. Here's all of our contact information. If you don't have the 800 number, please feel free to use it anytime. It does go around the Greenbush switchboard, so it's a little faster. There's the main number for Greenbush, and that's my cell phone number. I would be please hear from anybody about things we're doing well, things we're not doing so well, from you in the field as we move forward in trying to maximize everything we can for you to get those district dollars to you so that you can provide the very best services that you do for your kids. So I've kept you a couple minutes longer than I planned. Again, the health service report is now available to you. If you have any troubles viewing that, please email me, please call me, or your district contacts that you have here at Greenbush. And we sure appreciate your time. I'm going to do a quick check for questions. And I do not see any. So I wish you a happy May. I hope the weather holds out where you are. And thanks again for using us for your Medicaid billing. We sure appreciate it. Thanks and goodbye.